Wido.
I'm Tatsuyuki Hasegawa. I'm a chef. I work at a tempura restaurant in the city. We fried the tempura right in front of our customers. It was a pretty popular place. I had great colleagues, too. Work was a lot of fun. I loved it here. Usually I'm wearing chef's clothes, but today, I was wearing a polo. It was Parents' Day at my son's school. The kids were reading their essays out loud.
My dad is a chef. He makes the best food in the world. When I grow up, I want to be just like him.
Masaya, I'm touched. The teacher congratulated him on a job well done. The other parents gave him a round of applause. I was really proud of him. But then...
That was a terrible essay.
After class was over, I headed out into the hallway, but then I heard someone talking in the classroom. I didn't think much of it at first, but this guy was really loud.
And he's a chef, right? That's a loser job. He's basically a servant.
He was saying to the other parents. Are you talking about me?
Oh, sorry. I didn't know you were still there. I was just saying. Your son's essay wasn't that good.
Okay. Why don't you talk to the teacher about it then? Excuse me. I gotta go to work. He had this mean look on his face. I didn't want anything to do with him, so I decided to let it go and left. But then on my way out...
It's a Saturday, though. You got work? Sucks to be a blue-collar worker.
Just ignore him. A friend of mine later told me about him. The guy's name was Nakai. He worked at this big company. He was an elite. He was very condescending. He always bragged about his work and his son. Every time I ran into him, he messed with me.
Ah, Mr. Hasegawa.
Hi.
What are you doing here?
What do you mean?
You're a chef, right? Aren't you supposed to be at work right now? It is the weekend.
Oh, I took the day off.
A day off, huh? But you barely make any money, right? You sure you can afford to take a day off?
None of your business!
Wow, relax. Don't raise your voice at me. Poor people are so short-tempered. And so is your son.
Huh? Hey, you can say whatever you want about me, but leave my son out of this! My son just beat his son in the foot race. That's probably why he was saying all this. What's this guy's problem? Why can't he just leave me alone? Just ignore him. It's a waste of time. He pissed me off, but I didn't want to cause trouble, so I just walked away. I never wanted to see him again. But then, a week later, when I was at the restaurant... What the? He came to my restaurant! If he sits at the counter, he'll recognize me. Luckily, he requested a table. Phew, that's a relief. That girl he's with, she looks really young. He was with this really young girl. It's probably his subordinate or something. I don't think he saw me, so I went back to work. A few weeks later, I ran into him again. Why do I keep running into him? Is he following me or something? That day, we were all taking our kids camping, and for some reason, Nakai and I were the chaperones. There were professional instructors at the campsite, so our main job was to watch the kids. I didn't really want to talk to him, but I didn't have much of a choice. Just my luck. Whatever. It's just for a day. I tried to focus on my job at hand. It was lunchtime. They were getting ready to make lunch. But then Nakai came up to me and said,
You're a chef, right? Start a fire.
I don't know. I think we should leave that to the instructors.
Wait, you can't even start a fire? You sure you're a chef? Maybe you just wash the dishes. That's it, isn't it?
What did he want with me? I didn't have time for this. I ignored him and went back to watching the kids. The kids were making curry. They were almost done.
Dad, try it.
Okay.
How is it?
Really good. If you add some butter, it'll add a nice flavor. But I don't think we have any.
You like to cook?
My dad's a chef.
Oh, I see. Can you add the finishing touch then? I got some butter back at the office. Be right back. So I added the finishing touch to the curry. The kids loved it. Nakai was pretty upset. He said it wasn't that good, but his son loved it, so I didn't really care. His son is really nice. Why is he like this? Whatever. The kids seem to have fun, so it's all good. A few days later, I was back at work. I was in a pretty good mood, but then he showed up again. Not him again. It was Nakai. He was with a different girl than last time. Then I heard my colleagues talking.
It's him again. He's always with a different girl. Yeah, this one looks really young.
She's probably a hostess or something. He doesn't even hide his wedding ring.
Yeah, I feel bad for his wife.
Sounds like he was having multiple affairs. I got transferred here just a few months ago, so I didn't know. But turns out he's been doing this for a while now. All my colleagues knew about him. Not sure who the girl was, but one thing was for sure, it wasn't his wife. Whatever. It's none of my business. But then... Wait, is that... the girl he was with today? I recognized her. Wait, I know! About an hour later, I stepped out of the kitchen and went over to their table. Thanks for coming today. How was your meal? I said to the woman. Nakai seemed very surprised to see me.
What? You work here? What are you doing out of the kitchen?
Hey there, long time no see.
Her name was Emi Kayano. She was a distant relative. When I was in high school, she tutored me. Nakai's face started to turn blue.
You're related to him?
Yeah, last time I saw him, it was at my grandmother's funeral. What was that, 15 years ago?
Yeah, something like that. Turns out, Nakai and Emi were business partners. They were having a meeting or something, and from the looks of it, Emi had the upper hand. Nakai was glaring at me the whole time, but I ignored him. I still had work to do, so I couldn't stay that long, but it was nice catching up with her. Nakai seemed really uncomfortable. Hopefully he'll stop messing with me now. But then that weekend, he showed up at my house. What do you want?
About that woman you saw me with the other night. Please, don't say anything to her.
You mean Emi?
Yeah, she's a potential client of mine. She's the manager. I've been working on this for months now, and if I get this deal done, I'm gonna get a big promotion. So please, don't say anything to her.
Oh, you mean like how you kept looking down on me? He started stuttering. So do you realize that what you did was wrong?
Just please, don't say anything to her, okay?
You can't just come to my house and tell me what to do. Apologize to me. Then we'll talk.
You little... Don't push it!
But then...
Ah!
His face went pale.
What's going on out there? Nakai, what are you doing here?
Emi came out of the living room.
Miss Kayano? What are you doing here?
I'm his relative. I was just visiting. I heard you guys talking. Is this true? You were looking down on him?
No, it's not like that.
Nakai started to panic, so she turned to me and asked me what was going on. Nakai tried to stop me, but it was too late. I told her everything.
I see.
No, it wasn't like that.
I don't think I can do business with you. And the other night, you said your colleagues would be there too, but you were the only one there.
What?
My guess is he was trying to hit on her. So he called her out, saying he was having a get-together with a few colleagues, but that was a lie. He just wanted an excuse to take her out. Emi was pretty, but she was a potential client. What kind of person does that?
The thing is, after that little stunt you pulled, I was gonna report you to my boss anyways. I don't want to work with you. You tried to hit on me. You creep me out.
Please, give me another chance, please!
He begged her to give him another chance, but it was no use. I didn't have time for this anymore. Get out of my house, or I'm gonna call the cops! Finally, he left.
Glad that's over with. I'm sorry you had to deal with that.
It's fine. I love my work. I love being a chef.
Good to hear.
Being a chef was my calling. Nobody could tell me otherwise. But things were about to get much worse for Nakai. His promotion went out the window, then his wife found out about his affairs. The other day when I passed by his house, the front window was broken. I asked a friend of mine if he knew anything about that. Apparently one of his girlfriends showed up at the house the other day, and they had a huge fight. Looks like he didn't tell her that he was married. And he had other girlfriends at the office as well, and their husbands started suing him for damages. He was up to his neck in debt now. He started begging his friends for money, but things weren't looking good for him. A few months later, his wife left him. He moved out of town. He lost his job and his family disowned him. Not sure what happened to him after that, but not my problem. Just glad he's out of my life. And so, that was that. Things went back to normal after that. I had no idea how to deal with him, so I was just glad he was gone. I hope I never run into anyone like that again. Anyways, glad everything worked out.